This video will make your ads an extra $10,000 by the end of the month. So I'm not even joking. What I made up here is going to do that. So let's start off with what you are doing at the moment. You want to look at what you're doing within the campaigns. And that implies that you're going to look at the metrics. And metrics is basically data. And without data, you cannot scale your ads. And without data, you don't know what's wrong with your ads. So look at the metrics. Are they within their profitable limits? What do I mean by profitable limits? Well, let's say your CPC or cost per click is $5. Do you think paying $5 per click is a normal amount? I wouldn't think so. So that's not a profitable limit. But let's say your cost per click is, let's just say 20 cents. Do you think that's quite profitable or okay? In other words, I would say yes, 20 cents is a good amount to pay per click, and it's where it should be. That's usually your CPC depending on the audience you're targeting. You want to look at it that way. That's what I mean, are they in their profitable limits? So I took a couple metrics, and here's what you need to do if they aren't within their profitable limits. So for example, click-through rate, and that's gonna be on all, so meaning every click that has been on your ad. So likes, clicked off the ad, all the clicks. That's what click-through rate all is. If that is under 2%, you need a new ad creative. That means people aren't engaging with the ad at all. It's not attractive, they scroll right past it. If your link CTR is under 1%, that means it's quite self-explanatory. All the people that click on the ad and go on the website or on your landing page, if that is under 1%, you have a bad copy or a headline. You want to change it. If your form conversion rate is under 10%, self-explanatory again, bad offer or bad positioning. Again, you need to change it. If your landing page conversion rate is under 5%, and 5% is actually quite low itself, even 10% I would say is quite low, because most people that already click off the ad, they have an interest. So you have to make your landing page in a way where people actually go add the product to cart and then go straight to the checkout. Now, a bad landing page could be multiple factors, and I was going to get to this in just a second. You want to look at a heat map and where they drop off, basically. Look at your website. Is it attractive? Is it smooth? Is it fast loading times? Do you have everything that the website needs to have? So it makes it easy to navigate, easy for the prospect to find what they're looking for. If it makes it difficult, if you add bumps throughout the funnel, throughout the journey, people will drop off. And it's so easily, everything has to be perfect nowadays, because if your website doesn't load within like 3 seconds, people will drop off. There's no patience. People don't have patience anymore. You have to make everything extremely perfect, otherwise you're going to lose on a lot of sales. And lastly, if you have a high CPM, this could be anything like $50, $20, even $20 is a lot. Again, this depends on the audience you're targeting. Let's say you have a $20 CPM or even a $30 CPM, but you're still selling. That's just because your audience is smaller. Maybe you're doing a retargeting audience, and of course your CPM is going to go through the roof. But if you're targeting a normal audience that you've built through the ads manager, then it could be one of the two things: audience is too narrow, or they just don't resonate with it. So I made these out of pure logical thinking. It's not something that I just came up with. And you'll see that if you put your mind to it and actually think about, oh, why is this under 10%? Why isn't it under like 5% or something like that? You're gonna see why. So take a look at these. You can even write them down. They're all here, and put them on a piece of paper, and then look at your ads. Look at these metrics. See if my link CTR, for example, is under 1%. If it is, I have to change my headline or copy. Test new copy, headlines, stuff like that. If your form CVR is under 10%, your bad offer. Change my offer, reformulate my offer, maybe change the pricing model, stuff like that. So it's quite self-explanatory. Now, of course, there could be a lot of different metrics, but these ones are kind of the biggest. Second of all, I want to go over the creative process. Now here I have two different things that I do want to talk about. First one might not be as important, but from my perspective, it's very important. It will help you know what to optimize and how to keep everything organized. The second one is more of a strategy, and then how you can actually kind of split your ads and then never kind of run out of ideas for it. First of all, organizing your campaign. This is extremely important. It has happened to me before where I wasn't organizing my campaign. All the names of the campaigns, ad sets, even the ads were all over the place. I was optimizing the wrong ads, like the ones that were performing, I was optimizing, and the ones that weren't performing, I was not optimizing. So it should be the other way around. The ads that do perform, just let them run until their fire is kind of out. Once you see they fluctuate and the results kind of go down a little bit, that's when you can start to optimize. Anyways, I'm not trying to get to that point. It's important that you know how to keep your campaigns organized, and I want to talk about an example here, and then I'll show you exactly what to name them. So first of all, let's say we have three products. You have a hoodie, a t-shirt, and trousers. You want your campaign structure to look like this. Campaign name. This is just the structure of the campaign name. Your product name, your campaign goal, and then the audience targeted. Now this is a very simple example. But hoodie, sales, US plus UK, let's say. And then maybe if you added interests, you could go plus interests. If this is a retargeting campaign, you can just say retargeting US. Maybe you're retargeting only the audience from the US. So you can do something like that. Now the ad set name. Let's say this is the structure, ad set number 1, and the hashtag could be the number of the ad set. Maybe you have 10. It could be ad set number 10. Middle, again, product name, so that you know which product it is, and then specific audience. Now here was US plus UK, but let's say here ad set number 1, hoodie, US plus UK, age 30 to 40 plus interests. And I made another example just for you guys to see. Ad set number 2, hoodie, US plus UK, age 20 to 30 plus interests. Now the ad name and the structure, again, ad hashtag whatever number it is. I just put number 1, and then what is this ad talking about? Is it the angle, which could be the concept? So I'm going I'll get to this in a second, but the angle could be let's say I'm targeting people that are trying to lose weight, something like that. The pain point or the benefit. The pain point is they get tired fast, I don't know, just an example. And then the benefit is that they don't have to work 10 hours a week or something like that, or work out 10 hours a week to lose it. You could go for a benefit like that. 4 to 5 ads per ad set. And then I came up with some angles, some benefits. Just look at, I didn't really mention it, but let's say for hoodie, ad number 1, comfortable. Ad number 2, waterproof. Ad number 3, high quality, you know, compared to others. And then ad number 4, stylish. There could be so many more. I just went for these examples. That's the beauty of it, because when you know how to structure your ads, boom, you know how to come up with more ideas, because you know what ideas you've ran, because you have them all organized, or maybe you've noted them down in like a Notion or a document, or even on paper, the ideas that you ran. And it's so much more easier now to find new ideas and test different things. And of course you can run 100 different ads per this angle or concept of comfortable, because maybe it performed before. And same thing, these ads are the same for ad set number 2, and that's it. Now maybe if you're running so many ads and then you don't put the ad set here, it's gonna get confusing. Yes, indeed, you can maybe put in the middle again the product name, the ad set, and then the benefit, angle, pain point, benefit. Now if you're running like a small campaign, not too many ads, there's no need. But if you're like running a whole operation, yes, I would actually suggest that you do that. Now I want to go over concepts and what advertising formats you should start with and exactly why. So let's go over them. Concept number 1, your everyday comfortable house hoodie. You want to have 4 to 5 ad creatives, and these are going to be static image ads. All of them are going to be static image ads. Concept number 2, tired of getting wet to work because of the rain, or hoodie is waterproof, something like that. Concept number 3, sick of low quality material hoodies. We make ours with premium materials. And then concept number 4, how can a hoodie be stylish all year round? Now each concept gets their own ad set, and again, you can mention the concept in the ad set as well, just so that you know how you've structured your ads. But these concepts all get 4 to 5 ads, but in theory there could be hundreds for each concept, but each concept gets 4 to 5 ads, first of all, to be tested with, to see what performs. And then let's say even a concept can get 2 ad sets if you're targeting 2 different audiences. So let's say concept 1 gets 2 ad sets, again the same ads, 45 ad creatives in each ad set, so there's 2, so in total you have around 8 to 10 now. But the audience for those specific ad sets, so the 2 of them for this concept number 1, is different. There's so many combinations here. Again, it's important that you keep it organized, but there's so many combinations here that it's basically almost impossible to not see results, because you have so many things to test. Now you might be wondering, why static ads? Why image ads? First of all, because they're easy to develop, they're easy to make. Second of all, because they do perform. Believe me, I've ran static ads, and I've ran only static ads for some brands, and I was making thousands of dollars with them. Third of all, I think I mentioned they're cheap, they look good, and they do attract attention, and then much cheaper than video ads. So once you find winning static ads, so within each concept there should be at least one ad that stands out and is profitable. If not, you have to keep testing, finding out what performs, because again, these ads, they're easy to make, they're fast to make, they're extremely fast to create, and you can test them like tomorrow if you want to. So listen up, video ads are expensive to make. If you want to make good ones, they gotta tell a story, they gotta be cinematic. Sometimes, of course, if you want to make like the ones with your phone, yes you can, and they will perform, but again, it depends on the grade of your brand. Like I like to see cinematic ads, something that tells a story, something that is unique, like those commercials on TVs. If you want to make something like that, it's gonna be very expensive, and there's no point in running them because you don't know what concepts work, you don't know what ideas work. If you haven't been if your brand hasn't been established for a long time, they won't perform. That's exactly why you do static ads. You find out what perform out of them, which ones do. You create video ads based on those ads, the ones that do perform. So you take the same idea from that specific ad and then create a video out of it and then run it. It's that simple. Now, of course, maybe I exaggerated. Video ads, they are not necessarily expensive. Yes, if you want to do those commercial like ones, those are going to cost thousands of dollars, but creating a video ad is very, very simple actually. But yeah, your ad creative doesn't need to be anything crazy. It doesn't have to be commercial level, but it does have to tell a story. And these static ads, they're much better to test before running video ads. Now, lastly, what I do want to go over, and I think it's actually probably gonna make you the most money out of all of them, are offers. I see way too many people just doing discounts and doing the wrong offers, and this comes after I kind of read the Alex Hormozi book, $100 million offers. But it's very, very simple to make money with offers. I've done it before. I ran a Christmas sale before the first 1 hour of running that one ad creative, not even 2, not even 3, one ad creative. I got like 4 sales. The CPA was under like $2. The ROAS was over 20, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember exactly, but people respond good to offers. So I'll explain in just a second this offer bit, but let's go over some of the offers that could work. 48-hour flash offers, so discounts. And before I actually sell the other ones, I want to like a quick side note. Each one should have like a compelling name. Don't just go like a 48-hour flash offer for my backpack, something like that. That's just boring. No one's gonna buy. Even if it's like a 10 to 50% discount, no one's gonna buy. You have to have like a name that people can remember, people can take action on. Okay, let's continue. Buy one, get one free, discounted bundles, free shipping tested against paid shipping. You know, I saw something that paid shipping actually performs better than free shipping, so more people buy when there's paid shipping, which is interesting. Seasonal offers, so that could be Christmas, Easter, Halloween, back to school, anything like that, etc. I mean, back to school isn't really a seasonal offer, but people do it. Okay, don't necessarily count it as a seasonal offer, but it's an offer that you could run, etc. Sign up for the newsletter, you get 15% off, something like that. I see a lot of people doing that, and trust me, people love getting a deal. Once the value perceived is above the price, you're gonna make a lot of money. And also creating urgency and making people take action on the spot is something that will make you a lot of money too. It takes time to convince people to buy, and even if you do have an offer, it's still gonna take time. But if your offer is good and it's compelling and it's something that will get the person to at least click off the ad, then you do have a chance of making money. But the offer is everything. If you give them an incentive to buy at this moment, they will, but the incentive has to be strong enough, otherwise they won't. There are so many aspects that I could talk about in this video, but then it's too much. So first of all, go apply what I mentioned in this video. It might not seem crazy value, but usually the simple things, it's actually what gets you to the high numbers. Go apply what I mentioned in this video. If you do want to, I'm not gonna force you or anything like that, if you do want to. And then if you have any questions or if you want to find out more information about other things, leave a comment. I can make another video on whatever you want me to talk about. And again, if you want more information, I created a newsletter. It's gonna be the first link in the description, where of course I'll be sharing case studies, exclusive strategies, you know, campaign breakdowns, etc. And if you are looking for a partner to scale your ads to at least 5x ROAS within 60 days tops, that is going to be the second link in the description, where you can find my calendar. We have scaled loads of campaigns past this level, and we are definitely confident that we can do it for you too. So if you have any questions or you want to talk about something, it's again the second link in the description. Book a call and we can have a genuine discussion about how we can help you. No offers, no selling, just a genuine discussion, pure value. Thanks for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.